The iLLANOiZE app is available now on Apple and Google Play Store. Download the app, get the latest news, stream our podcasts, watch interviews, and listen to iLLANOiZE Radio live. Download the app right now.
And as promised, we bring you guys the illest guests from around the city and globe. And today we got the homie Goody in the building.
It was good. Thank y'all for having me. Much
Thanks
appreciated.
for stopping by.
I know, right?
Yeah,
You've been grinding for
I was about to say it's
minutes.
been this long overdue.
Yeah.
Long overdue.
Y'all been grinding too. Shit, I've been seeing y'all.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Now, what I was gonna say about your music earlier was
I think you getting ahead of yourself.
how about I want to say it right now.
Say it right now.
I want to say it right now.
Overgeeked,
He's
it
ready
up.
to hop into the conversation.
We gonna get
it
into it, but I want to say it right now
Before somebody else say it. That's what it really
He
is.
gonna be having the same thoughts.
So, me listening to your music, I don't think I've heard a bad single to come out yet,
That's
my
crazy,
brother.
man. I appreciate that for real. That means a lot.
See, I just wanted to let that
That
out.
means a lot.
That's all.
Because Pretty Rap was going to say that, and he wanted to say it before you.
Low key, that was like
Yeah.
we be two on the same.
Yeah, we do. That's that Virgoism.
Okay.
Now, let's jump into your background, my brother. Like,
for sure.
When did you get your start in music? Like, what actually influenced you to want to put out your own music?
Man, I just grew up around music. My family, I grew up in a real musical household. Like, none of my parents played music, but they just always listened to music. And my cousin, he actually used to produce for Lupe. So he produced a lot on Food and Liquor. And that was kind of like my first introduction to it. Like, I remember just being young. He come in the crib with chains on, like 1st and 15th, like diamonds really shining, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like,
Cuz lit.
yeah, that's what I was just thinking. He had the Air Max with his name in it and stuff like that. So it was just like, that's what kind of did it, like, early on.
That's what I was gonna say. How long
Yeah,
ago
this
that?
was like 2004. He had the Nike ID. Everybody be
I was
online
about
now.
to say, used to be customized
He
for
was
this.
living, walking Nike ID. Like, it's crazy. So that's kind of like where I really got the hip hop. Wanting to do rap. He would just like play music, and then I started discovering artists and listening to stuff on my own. Like, by the time I hit high school, I say like I started trying to like build like makeshift. I had like a little makeshift studio in my closet. Also, I'm gonna start rapping now. So, Ron used to make fun of me, but it all came, full circle, cause, it's just music just been in my blood. So it's just like, that's kind of where the roots started at.
Okay. So your cousin.
Yeah. Shout out Prolific David.
Did you produce? Did you take any production from him? Like, did you start off producing at all?
I did.
Or?
That's crazy. Like, I wanted to make beats, so I'm like, all right, let me pull up FL. This is when I got to college.
Everybody pull up the FL.
Let me pull up FL, see what I could do. But my patience for it was terrible. I probably made like 2 or 3 beats that was actually decent. You know what I'm saying? So, but the whole time I'd be thinking like, man, I just need to, like, I want to rap. Like, I'd be thinking like I'm making the beats to rap over them. But in my head, I still want to rap first. So, like, eventually, I kind of just like stopped making the beats. My laptop got messed up. That was probably a blessing.
Yeah,
from God.
line wire.
Not a blessing from
He hit
God.
the line wire.
He was probably like, "Hold on, that's not it right now." But yeah, I just like I say, I started taking it serious around the time I was like 19, 20. I started really just taking it serious.
Where do the name come from?
That's to be more quicker than that.
Goody come from my last name, so my last name is Goodrich, and
That's a rap name right there.
yeah, man, that's the brand for real, honestly. But yeah, like I was just outside hooping one day with one of my homies, and he was just like, "Man, I'm gonna call you Goody. I'm gonna just shorten it up. I'm gonna just call you Goody," and it just
I
stuck.
thought you shot a jump shot. I was like, Goody.
I wish it would have went like that. That sound way better. We was just hooping. He just like, you know what? I'm gonna just call you Goody, bro. So they just stuck from that. That was just really my nickname. It really wasn't a rap name. It was just a nickname. So, and then I started rapping it. It was just like, it don't make sense to change it. So I had some other rap names I wanted to play with for sure.
What was that?
That's what I was gonna get into that too.
It was Goody Rich. That was the thing. Rich Envy. That was the thing.
Ryan over there cracking up. He remember
'Cause he
all
know-
these names.
He knows so well. Like, I was just going through it, just trying to find my identity as an artist. And, you know, I was just doing too much. And then I think, you know, it just was like, you Goody already. Like, you know, you just stay with that. So that's kind of like, that was the origin of the Goody thing pretty much. So, but it kind of synced up at the same time, though. Like, I was Goody in high school. They was calling me that. But by the time I got serious with rapping, it was like, all right, I can run with this. It's cool.
When did you notice, like, okay, this is the sound I want to run with? Pretty much, when did you find your identity?
I found.
I'm so pressed because I'm looking at Jones like, is you about to say something? Because
No, I'm gonna let you rock because I don't want to get stolen.
Nah, when I pretty much, it's tough to say it. Around the first like early sessions I started having, I just was, you know, digging for beats, listening for beats. The beats I was getting, like everybody who knew me and like knew the type of music I like I grew up on, you know, Jay-Z, Biggie, Nas, all of that. So like the people that knew me, they was like, you know, we know what beats you need to rap on. So like I was getting those beats, and then I just started trying it. And then I say like 2013, I made this song called All I Know. And looking back on it, it's cool. But it was just like, that was the moment where I felt like, all right, I kind of stepped into my own, like as a real artist, like, and I'm going to just give it a push. So like, yeah, that was probably around the time like I really, you know, started crafting the sound, and then it just started growing from there. Okay. So yeah.
Oh, thanks. I can answer the question now. So I really like the fact that we kind of just started to segue and talk about like identity. Like one thing I really like about you is like your sound is so like unique to you. Like nobody sounds like Goody at all. Like,
that's crazy.
and I can say that from the first time I was introduced to you, like in like 2017, I think it was. So like my thing is like from at least like 2017 to like now, like did you ever like get nervous about like playing with your sound? Because I think like some people when they're finding their sound, they get like, I don't even know if this sound good, but whole time it's fire. So did you ever experience some of those moments?
A lot of those moments actually. Yeah, like I really wasn't happy with my sound, honestly. Like I would just be listening to everything, and I'd be like, man, this sound way better, like, you know. But it was like, that was just my struggle, you know what I'm saying, finding my identity. I think every artist listens to other artists and like hear things that they like, and, you know, come to those conclusions. But like I just, having the confidence to do, you know, like certain things just kind of stuck with me, and it was like, nah, I just feel too right. Like when I'm in my comfort zone, I knew it was like, you know, something there that I could grow on. So I just was like, you know, and going with the sound, like I made so many songs that's like, this don't sound nothing like me. Like, and to the point, it's like I was really on some, you know, trying to, and still actively I be exploring the songwriting route, like with other people and stuff like that, just because I could do a lot of things, but a lot of things don't represent me as an artist. So, you know, once I started realizing like, all right, this represents Goody the person, Goody, you know, the man, like, you know, it started to make sense. So I stopped chasing it so much and just like let it be natural.
What's your writing process like?
Everything. Like I might freestyle a little bit. I definitely write. Like I ain't one of those I just go in and off the top, you know. Like I can, but it's like that ain't it to me. Like that's not what I do it for. I really do it to sit down and put some thought behind my music and put like actually know what I want to say. Like the tongue is powerful. So, like, you don't want to just be saying anything, and a lot of people say anything.
Manifested it,
I saw a recent interview with Gotti, and he was speaking on, you know, he been making music for years, how he don't even write no more.
Facts.
Do you see that happening, you know, with you?
Potentially. Like, I definitely, like, I saw that same clip, and I saw, like, the advantages of it. I see the advantages of, you know, doing music on the spot and just, you know, drawing from your emotion, which is, you know, that's always a good thing, especially in the studio. Like, you want to do something that everybody could feel, even if it's not a complete idea. If people could just feel it and know where you're going, they're like, all right, we rock with that. But sometimes you might just have a long day, and you might just have to get this off your chest. Like, you know, this is what I've been through, and, you know, somebody might not be able to relate to it right then and there, but later down the line, they might be like, dang, I feel you. I understand where you was coming from.
What's some things you learned or your cousin had taught you in the studio?
Get your track outs. Get the track outs to all the sessions.
Facts.
Yeah, you know, he gave me a lot. Like, that's really like, you know, he influenced me heavy. Just the process of it all. Like, he gave me tips and pointers, like how to stack my vocals, how to record. You know, try to, you know, give the engineers or whoever you working with, you know, something to work with. You know, a lot of people just go freestyle or do, you know, whatever. And it's cool in the moment, but then when you go back to it, you be like, dang, what was I doing? I only did this, that, and the third. And it's these good moments in here, but, you know, you ain't got the whole thing. So he, you know, just put me up on, like, you know, the recordings, making sure you do everything 100%, even if, you know, you don't want to do it. And we butted heads on a lot of stuff, too. I used to think, like, nah, it's not it. And he'd be like, nah, this it. And I'm like, you know. So I had to learn the hard way, of course. But, yeah, he taught me it's a lot of studio etiquette stuff. I keep going on and on, really.
I was gonna ask you. Actually, I was gonna say track outs is major. You know, for artists out there listening, that's huge. That's how you get your ish right. You know what I'm saying? You know. You can fix all the in betweens. But before we get to your song with Valet, you said 2013 you released your first song.
Yeah,
that was like on the brink of 2012 when Chicago had the hugest spotlight. You know what I'm saying? So. Did you feel any, you know, like a wave from that or any rap from that, like support system from that time era?
You know, it was different during that era because that was, at that time, I was in college. I went to Middle Tennessee State in Tennessee, so, which is a music school, too. So at that time, like, I'm in my dorm seeing everything going, and, like, me and Ron, we used to do a whole bunch of stuff, like blogging, everything, so we used to be out, like, with LEP, with Freddie Gibbs, with everybody. Like, you could think of Louis in Chicago. So, like, we was, and this was in high school. Like, we had school the next day or something, man. We would be tweaking. So, like, I just saw the wave coming, but it was like, I had to make that decision for myself. Like, am I going to go to school? You know what I'm saying? So, I seen the wave, and I was like, dang, I got to go back to Chicago. So, I actually didn't go back the next semester, and I came back here. Just to go to Harold Washington too, and then I was up there and I'm like, all right, I'm making music, I'm still recording and stuff all the time, but my sound, that's when I started realizing like my sound just don't match with what everybody doing,
which is actually a good thing.
And it's a good thing, but at the time you thinking like, damn, you know, ain't nobody rocking with me, like they want this, they want that, and I'm making, you know, this over here, so. It kind of felt like I was an oddball for a minute, like a little outcast. But then I ain't never feel like, you know, discouraged about it. I was just like, you know, just keep going. It'll make sense later. So, you know. But I did get support during that time. Like, I dropped that song, All I Know. Andrew Barber was, like, one of the first people to, like, reach out to me and, like, really support it. And he been very supportful ever since, so we got a good relationship. So I definitely gained a lot of support.
Respect Mag too.
Yeah, respect Mag. Yeah.
Some people thought you was a Respect Mag artist.
Hey, it's crazy. Like, nah, for real. Like, I got a lot of love from just blogs and stuff, and we do everything independent. So like, we knew how to just, you know, reach out to people and, like, you know, try to make those connections. But yeah. Shout out to Respect Mag, yeah. Hey, and Jazz, what up?
Speaking of connections, let's talk about this connection with you and Valet.
Yes, sir.
On this gold haze on the beat, the
yes,
Diamonds
sir.
45K. Break
yes,
that
sir.
down for us, man.
Man, Diamonds 45K. That's hard. It's just hard. Diamonds hard, really. 45K, you know, Valet, he come through crazy. So how we did it, we was just in the studio one night. I had already did Diamonds. And so Valet, it was like 4 a.m. He came through the studio, and he was just like, "Yeah, I want to rap. I want to pull up something." So we didn't even know like what it was gonna be. And we went through a bunch of beats, a bunch of Gold Haze beats, bunch of Dime solo beats, and came out with it. He was like, "Yeah, let me pull that up." So he just went in and kind of did it. So I'm like, "All right, got some work cut out ahead of me." So, you know, I just came through, you know, finished the verse, and that was it. We just put it together, It's been rocking since. I just recently split them up on the streaming platforms.
Like, is it two different songs now?
Yeah, yep.
And what made you do that?
Just cause a lot of people rock with both songs individually. Like I know a lot of people hit me up saying like, could they just hit Diamonds? A lot of people hit me up saying, could they just hit 45K?
That beat switch so nasty.
Wait. Yo, hold on. I gotta say this. I've been holding this in. Yeah. Y'all did it before Drake and Future did it.
Yeah, let's be real. Yeah, no,
and it was harder.
That's right.
Harder.
Man, love, bro.
The whole time we talking, I'm like, yo, this was.
I was just about to say it, and I knew that's what he was trying to stop me from saying. He was trying to stop me from saying that.
I'm in here holding tight. But let's actually get into it. Let's let everybody listen in on it. And here's Diamonds 45K with Goody.
Make sure to check out the iLLANOiZE playlist in which we provide you with the latest tracks we play live on our show. Head over to Spotify and search iLLANOiZE Radio to follow our playlist as well as follow our podcast. Now let's get back to the show.
Yo, welcome back to iLLANOiZE Radio. I am your host, Illinois Jones, and right now you tuned into the dopest thing to hit Chicago since crack cocaine. And we got our boy Goody in the building.
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Man, chilling, man. So we was just talking about the song you got with Valet, produced by Gold Hayes, and you was talking about how you was going to split it up, and somebody suggested that y'all switch beats.
Yeah, so Ron, we was, A&R Lou, A&R Lou over there, he sometimes people could just hear stuff that you can't hear, and I just let the ball. Left it in his hands, really, because he was like, yeah, I think you should put them together. And I was like, when he said it, I'm like, whoa, like, I never even thought about it. But, yeah, we, what I'm saying, I think that was the best move. And to now have them, split two separate, like, it's carrying on life. And, it's visuals on the way for both of those as well,
So what's your recording process like? Because we just got told a story about the session. So what is your recording process like?
When I'm in the studio, I usually come, prepared. If I got something, I'm ready. I lay it down. But if it's something we just pulling up, like, we was in the studio a couple times on some late night, and we had some tracks going. And I'm in the booth, like, trying to come up with it. But I'm falling asleep because I be asleep in the studio. I'm the sleepy man. Like, you come to the studio, I might be the one asleep. So, I'm in the booth and I'm just hearing the beat. And I'm like.
The whole time you sleep.
I'm asleep, though. But you know how your body feel like. Yeah.
Look at the reenactment.
Because I'm sitting on the stool and I'm like, and I'm just remembering, like, I was sitting on the stool, sleep, like, and I was just mumbling. But I was saying words, but it was like, when I was done, it was like what is it?
Hypnosis.
Yeah, hypnosis. I just woke up and was like, was I rapping or was I asleep? Like, I don't even know. Like, so.
Did he really rap in his sleep?
It's crazy.
So we're going to get that song
y'all
one day?
Catch up.
One day. We're
going to call it the wake up freestyle.
It's on the way.
So,
now go ahead.
Okay. I kind of want to switch gears a bit because, like, I think one thing that is now, like, very prevalent with social media is, like, being an artist is only one part of it. Yeah. One thing that I really enjoy that you do is, like, your marketing tactics. Because you move so low-key.
Yeah.
But it's like, I love that.
Thank you.
But why do you move like that? Because most people be so
out
ready, just out there. Yeah.
You move so low-key, but you hit your target.
Yeah, it's time. Like, it just
silent
all makes
shooter,
sense.
sniper.
Yeah, that's it right there. Stay low-key firing, really. I just, I don't know. I ain't really big on, like, talking and, like, or, like, I ain't finna take a bunch of selfies and do all of that for the internet. So, like, when I'm ready, it's ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're going to put a plan together behind it to make it make sense for, what we delivering. But, like, I just try to keep myself grounded as the person. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm Goody the person, Goody the artist, but, like, I don't never just like I see a lot of people getting their RC bag and stuff, and it's cool. I enjoy it too, like the next person, but I just take a different approach to it. That's all.
I don't know what the hell going on.
Like, they having a party.
I hope that door locked though.
they trying to get in.
They over there busting. But they done made me forget what the hell I was gonna say.
I'm looking like, hold on.
I showed that did just throw me off.
So God damn it. You know what? I'm gonna just jump into the.
Me too. I'm like, wait.
It was something I wanted to ask behind what you was just saying. But I'm gonna jump into the Middle Tennessee State.
For sure.
So you went there for like media and entertainment.
100%, yeah. So I got my degree in media and entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I got my degree. It's like, you know.
Congratulations. Congratulations. On the real.
But yeah, you know, I went there because it's a music school. I took a tour. Like, I wanted to go to Columbia. And I took a tour to, you know, Middle Tennessee State. My dad is from Tennessee. So he was like, you know, you need to go to this school, blah, blah, blah. You like music, you know, this is what you need to do. You should go to this school. I'm thinking, he just saying that, you know, like a parent. And they was moving back to Tennessee anyway. So I'm thinking he just trying to get me to come down now. And my counselor told me the same thing. So I'm like, maybe he got in her ear or something. I don't know. And, you know, we took the trip down there. And I just saw the school, like they had studios, like state-of-the-art studios built by the same people who built Whitney Houston and Home Studio. And it was like, it's multiple like locations on the campus where it's blocks of studios. Like you might not think it's nothing, but it's studios in there. Or we got a, you know, media department building and it's studios in there, visual studios in there. So when I saw that, I'm just like, oh, yeah, you know, I could use my resources, you know what I'm saying, and really, you know, hone in on my sound. I really use colleges like the breeding ground to, like, you know, as the stepping stone to, like, build my artistry. Like, I started doing all my shows out there and built up a real good fan base.
Good networking
good
going on
network,
out there.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? I met my engineer down there, Dakota, who actually just won the Grammy for This Is America. He engineered. Yeah,
that's what's
yep.
up.
Right, that's dope.
So you say Middle Tennessee State.
Yeah,
Okay,
gotcha. You know, you know, that's the school. You know what I'm saying? So, Tay Keith was down there too. That's, you know, shout out Tay Keith, my father.
Your father know what it
Right.
is.
Yeah. Nah, he did that for sure. I wasn't, because I was definitely thinking about just Chicago and, you know.
Can't leave the crib.
Yeah, you know how that goes.
Downtown,
Yeah, you know.
I'm cool.
And then you go to Tennessee and you like, well, what's in Tennessee? Like,
But Nashville be lit.
Nashville do be lit. Nashville be lit, and it's a lot of dope artists in Nashville.
Is Middle Tennessee in Nashville? Or?
It's in a town called Murfreesboro, which is like 30 minutes from Nashville. TSU is in Nashville. So.
What's some of the influence musically that you picked up down there in Tennessee?
Man.
That's like a music city. Like
What is it,
know
Ron? What musical? I mean, I left right before that whole Black Boy JB wave came about. But I still be in tune. Like I listen to like the artists that's coming up that y'all eventually will hear, like on a bigger, like it's a lot of Memphis artists. This group called the Fast Cash Boys. I be listening to them. An artist named Young Soul, he from Memphis. He like that for real. Then really
Trip
you know,
Star, J Fizzle.
yeah, you know, Dolph.
Dolph.
I seen the Dolph and like Key Glock wave like happen. Like right, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You see that. It's so many artists, and then now, you know, the whole Memphis wave, that's like Crunk Ain't Dead, and I can't think his name.
Deuce.
Duke
Deuce.
Yeah, you know. So, but really, I just listened to like the music and the sound, what they was talking about, and I kind of just like took what I needed, so to speak, from it. You know what I'm saying? Just picked up the influences, the things I like from the music, but like I listened to a lot of the Southern music down there. So.
Okay, so I got a question. So, like, I know a lot of times we talk about Chicago and, like, the support, and it's like a crabs in a bucket city. Yeah. Do you feel like that's a Chicago thing for sure, or did you witness things like that in, you know, Tennessee, being that you were around? Because, like, we talk about that, had that conversation, and we talk about Atlanta. We don't talk about smaller, you know, like, less-known cities like that. So did you see that same type of mentality there, or is it completely different?
I feel like it always will be that mentality to a degree, just because that's just human nature, I feel like. But not really. Like Nashville artists, they whole scene, because they don't really have much, so they pushing each other through. Like they trying to, you know, any show, anything they got going on, they putting all the artists on that, you know what I'm saying, so everybody could get the notoriety. Memphis people, like the Memphis artists, they really like stick together. Like they seem more united, you know what I'm saying. I think Chicago, I think our generation is actually getting better with unity, as opposed to the generation before us. Like, you do see more artists. We just like, we looking for the, everybody. Like, of course, once you see it, you don't have the magnifying glass on everything. But like, I think Chicago has gotten better with unity amongst artists and supporting each other and things like that. So
I agree. I see a huge difference from the past generation as well. I mean, past generation, at the end of the day, they helped us get to where we at, though.
Yeah, they trailblazed for sure.
And it's like, now we picking up, like, okay, we see what we need to do to keep that.
To keep it going, yeah.
To make it better.
Do you guys think that has something to do with, like, media?
I think media contributes to it for sure, because, you just got to share that, those messages and that outlook, like, of media highlighting all of the proper artists and, those artists building amongst each other, because of, certain artists not going to rock with certain people because they want to see, like, what have you done? And if a media outlet that, that another artist has done, that might be the common ground for y'all to, work or something. So I think media could contribute or has contributed to that.
Is there anything you feel media can do better to, I would say, better spotlight artists or creators in general?
Yeah, for sure. Like, there's a lot of media that just, they gonna do what they gonna do. They gonna, post whoever, say whatever. But like, I think, it is their responsibility to be accurate. And, if we talking about the culture of hip hop and rap and pushing it forward, I think if you're a media outlet, you should be responsible with your platform, because if you, highlighting some weak stuff, is just like, it make things look bad. It make other artists that you passed over look bad. It make the city look bad. It's not a good look. So I just think people should just be more responsible with their outlets. That's all.
Okay, I got one more question about media and music, and then we can move on.
For sure.
Do you feel like media kind of like fuck with the standard of hip hop in a way? Like, do you feel like media's influence definitely? I don't want to say the F word again, but like messed it up? Or like influenced it more so, not necessarily messed it up, but like...
Like influenced in what ways?
Like, I feel like the standards of hip hop is not what they used to be. Like, how easy it is to get on now. Like, artists used to go through artist development. Right. There's none of that. It's, I got SoundCloud. I got, my song just went viral. Do you feel like media really did that? Like, changed that?
Yeah, to a degree. Like, certain media, like, that could just... If they was quick on the trigger and, like, they get the response, you know what I'm saying, they definitely shared the light. But I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I just think that's just what it is. Like, if somebody has a certain platform or outlet and it's getting the traffic or whatever, maybe I would just say, like, hopefully it would just change things, like, after, they shed light on whatever artist or whatever. You know what I'm saying? As long as they doing something worth quality within it. You know what I'm saying? I think it has influenced just the state of music and things like that. It's definitely easier to get on, for sure.
Okay, so I remember my question from when we heard them shots ring out. But, we were speaking on music releases, how you quiet, you silent but deadly.
Right. And
I wanted to speak on, like, your marketing phases. Like, do you finish a track, as soon as it's done, you like, you know what, this hot, let's drop it? Or do you actually put some months behind it? Mm-hmm. Like, how long does it take for you to actually put together a proper marketing plan for your releases?
It just depends. Like, sometimes if it's hot, Ryan might be in my head like, we gotta drop that. But if sometimes we take more of a strategic approach to everything. Like, I might record something, we'll just live with it for a minute and see how it go. See, if we still like it. If I need to re-record it, go add something else to it, So, like, that's pretty much the process. And then when we get into marketing, the marketing bag is just like, we just start putting our heads together. And, whatever makes sense at the time, that's kind of like what we go with. And just, we still keep in mind, like, how the impact will be and how it's going to, affect me in the long term. So, I don't really just make nothing and then just throw it out. Just throw it out.
Yeah, and I don't see that from you, because it's it's like you're not saturating your music at all. That's why I'm like, man, it looked like you put some planning behind your releases.
That's crazy. Yeah. Sometimes, and what's crazy, some of the most things that look the most planned might be like off the hip type things. Like it just depends, like how the state of everything is going, and like momentum wise, I'm big on momentum. So it's like if I drop something and then it start picking up, like I might try to follow up, but now it's 2020, we just dropping. So
so like I noticed like you've been very single heavy. Yeah. So like can we expect the project, because I think we need it.
Yeah, for sure. A project is coming this year for sure. Maybe even 2. You never know. So, because I honestly I got so much music. Like I wanted to put out a project last year, but I didn't put out one. So, I just got a lot of music, and it's it's good. So it's we definitely in project mode right now. We finishing stuff up. So. I might be back up here soon with some more information for y'all.
Cool. And you said you got some singles laying around. We got a single that you done found, in storage. Let us, blow the dust off you feel what I'm saying?
Pull that out of my back pocket real quick.
And I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's you got a very dope feature on this artist. Sure. I mean, it's a very dope feature. I feel like he deserves a lot more roses and credibility. And he's on your track. Yes, and then previous to that, you got Valet as well. Yeah. And you say you sitting on singles, so you got a Valet feature, you got a Jeremiah feature.
What else you sitting on?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Don't overlook too. Thanksgiving passed, and I dropped a joint with the Find a Way joint, which was co-produced by Hitmaker too.
Oh, okay. So you got some hollows in your clip. That's what you over there with. You got hollows in your clip. You ain't shooting with the regular Johns. You got the hollows.
That's what really make this when you drop the project, it's gonna be a surprise, because it's like we don't know what's coming.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just as excited as y'all. Really, like every day I call around like, I'm trying to.
Some people will say these tracks you putting out for the album.
They could be.
You never know. That's why you releasing them as a single.
They could be. Some could be on that. Some could not be on that. Some might be on another album. You never know. You never know.
So before we play the song, I got one more question about a single. Okay. So can we talk about The Hills real quick, because that made the shower playlist. Not too many songs make my shower playlist.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that for real.
Did you say this one time already on the radio?
I do, no, but I update my shower list. My shower playlist frequently. You shower every day, right? You don't want to shower to the same songs.
No, my shit decent.
Okay,
my shower playlist
all right. So
my shit strong.
But like I just don't put because you think about how mad you be when you in the shower and a song come on that you don't want to hear. You damn near want to stop the shower and change the song. Yeah. So I take my shower playlist critical.
You can't see.
I take it serious.
Yeah, you wash up different when the music's decent.
It's serious.
Sometimes you gotta hit the ears right. You gotta know. It just seems like certain songs you can reach the middle part of your back. You be like, I got the whole back today.
If it was not for this plan,
for this song, I was feeling it. I felt a little flexible today.
Yes, sir.
I got you.
But The Hills. Thank you again for that. Appreciate that. Yeah, I got my boy 2 a.m. right over here in the cut. You know what I'm saying? He definitely next up. He crazy too. He got some joints.
Break them down.
Sure. We need them. We need them joints.
Man. Yeah. So we was in LA last year. I spent probably about 3 or 4 months in LA, and we was just working, and first from '92, we was cooking. He played this beat. And I just was like, I just got to tweaking. Like, what is this? Like,
he woke up. He woke up. Kush Coma. He was like, yeah, what y'all doing over there?
You know what's going on? So I'm like, I started just, I'm like, what is this? And he was just playing the chords, and it was like, I'm just like, hey, pull that up, man. Niggas is up. That's that was the feeling that, you feel me, the song just gave, and we just spazzed on it. I came came with my verse. Fred, my fault. 2 a.m. came with his verse. My fault. Yeah.
That's how you know y'all know each other.
Yeah, no,
we
yeah,
really
brothers.
boys. We really boys. That's really my boy.
Brother right there.
Facts. My bad. Yeah, 2 a.m. I can't do that. Look.
Bleep that out.
Yeah, I ain't hear that.
Folks got warrants.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I mean, let people know where they can find you, where they can find the music. Got any upcoming events?
Yeah, you can find me. It's Goody it's Goody _ on all social medias. Definitely hit the streaming platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal. Check me out, Goody. It's a few goodies when you search it, but you'll know me when you see me. I don't have no events coming up soon, but we definitely working on some shows.
We got to get you some events, man.
Yeah. So I know y'all be putting on shows and stuff.
Hey, I wouldn't have said it if I ain't behind it.
Look, soon as we get off air.
Right.
I mean, break down this exclusive for our listeners, my brother.
For sure. This every time, we coming off the heels of V-Day, Valentine's Day, you know what I'm saying? Got my lady in the building too. P, what up? You know what I'm saying? So, this something special right now. And this ain't just for Valentine's Day, this just rocking. This every time, featuring Jeremiah, produced by David Ewing, formerly known as Pro. That's my cousin. So, we finna rock, man, every time.